The Conbini boys, they're the Conbini boys, they're the Conbini boys.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Matt, how's it going?
It's going great, Mike. You know, we had a bit of a heat wave here in Cambridge early in the week, but now it's back down to normal temps. I was sweating. Pretty much ate my body weight in popsicles over the course of 3 days, but thankfully it's back to nice cool temp here. But how are things over in Kudo Bay?
Well, Matt, a little bit of update on my side. Last week, it was, as we were talking, I had this issue about 11 o'clock each night. The bread factory right next door starts just slamming machines together, and it's been getting hard to sleep. And Matt, I don't know if you've ever heard the saying, you know, where I'm burning the candle at both ends, you know. Well, I feel like, Matt, right now I'm getting burnt at both ends because for the past week now, around 5 a.m. each morning, so, you know, behind my house we have a little park. So I don't know, apparently in Japan people don't have lawnmowers because for the past week I've woken up to the sound of like 4 weed whackers. There's this group of guys. They're mowing the lawn basically with weed whackers. They're going through this big field just with weed whackers, and so yeah, man, I've been hard. You know, it's hard to get to sleep, and then when I do wake up, you know, I got the weed whacker sound. But I will say, you know, things are pretty good. Had a good day, and so you know, I'm hanging in there. But yeah, doing all right.
That's tough. I worked a golf course one summer, the old Muni in Worcester, and a big part of my job was weed whacking. I'd be out there, 6 hours a day whacking weeds, and I'd go put my head on the pillow at night, close my eyes. The only thing I could hear was that's a sound that it never leaves you. So God willing, those guys will be done weed whacking that field soon.
Someday, yeah. But okay, Matt. Hey, actually, you know, for our YouTube listeners, maybe they're looking at our backgrounds here and they're kind of wondering what's going on. Matt, what are we talking about today?
Well, Mike, I mentioned, it was hot as hell here. No doubt it's getting hot as hell in Japan. It's summertime. And what better way to cool off than hitting the Conbini and grabbing an ice cream? The Conbini. Wow, Mike. We're digging into the ice cream scene at the Conbini today and giving a what we think will be a pretty thorough overview of what you can enjoy at Family Mart, Lawson, Mini Stop, etc. When it's too hot, you gotta cool off.
Yep, that's right, Matt. We're talking Conbini ice cream, and I would say of the many zones at the Conbini, you know, the drinks, the hot box, you know, there's a bunch of stuff. The ice cream zone at the Conbini is one of the best. And like you said, Matt, we're going to give a little bit of an overview to start, and then maybe talk about some of those favorites that we love from the Conbini. So here we are, Matt. So what we're looking at right now is one of the versions of the ice cream section at the Conbini. This is the sort of open air version of the Conbini ice cream zone. Matt, like what do you expect when you're looking in this sort of zone here?
Well, first of all, I just want to say this is one of the great innovations at the Conbini, the open air freezer. You don't need to push open a door. You know, this is sort of the Toyota style. They got rid of some unnecessary motion there to grab your ice cream when it's 100 degrees and 200% humidity. You got to just get in there quick and grab your ice cream. What you're gonna find in here, you got some solids. You got a lot of stuff on sticks. You got your parms. You got your almond bars. You got stuff coming out of a tube like the Poppycos. You got your classic Pinots. You got your Gatti Coons, the ice bars. This is sort of it's not your premium stuff. It's more kind of low mid tier ice cream, but big wide selection in the open air freezer.
That's right. Yep. And usually I'd say recently this is the sort of zone you'll be looking at, but there is one other sort of rendition of the Conbini ice cream freezer. This one actually has the doors where you come in, you kind of slide the door open, you look for what you're looking for, and you reach in there and grab it. But like you said, Matt, this is not exactly where you're going to find your premium. And actually, I don't. For our YouTube viewers, we don't actually have a picture. There's a special little freezer that has the premium ice cream as well, right?
Yeah, that's right, Mike. There's a premium freezer located in the back of the Conbini, and if you got a few extra yen clinking around in your pocket, that's where you want to head. That's where you're gonna find the stuff like the Haagen-Dazs crispy Sandal. Okay. It's probably where you're going to find some premium soft serve ice cream encased in a plastic shell. So yeah, that's where you're going to find a lot of the richer, creamier stuff. The ice cream's going to be less full of air, more full of, well, frozen cream.
All right, Matt. So we gave him the lay of the land. This is where you want to go when you get that ice cream. But I thought, Matt, there are tons of different types of Conbini ice cream. Each week, it seems like there's a couple new ice creams out. But I thought it would be a good idea for us to take a real quick look at some of the legends that you're probably going to see if you go to the Conbini, regardless when you go and what season. So, Matt, let's just get started. All right, I've thrown something up on the screen here. Matt, what is this? This is Tsukimi Daifuku. But what is Tsukimi Daifuku?
Tsukimi Daifuku, Mike. We're looking at a mochi, like a Daifuku mochi shell that's been stuffed with, in this case, vanilla ice cream. Okay, so you got that chewy, sticky mochi stuffed with vanilla ice cream. Okay, this is really one of the great innovations out of Japan, contribution to really this has become a global phenomenon now. You can't really go anywhere in the U.S. without seeing they call it Mochi Ice Cream here in the U.S., which describes it fairly accurately. But this has become, this is sort of the Ichiro of ice cream, if you will. It has really just popularized a uniquely Japanese product, mochi, in a way that everybody has come to love, at least here in the United States, but I expect globally.
Yeah, and of course in Japan. Usually it comes, in this little box here. Usually you get two of these little guys. They're great. The outside little mochi soft skin is really nice, combined with that inner ice cream as well. But okay, Matt, let's go on to the next one. Here we go. We're talking Pinot. There's no doubt Pinot is one of the greats. So what is Pinot? It's this is what you're seeing on YouTube. This is actually like a Snoopy themed version, but it's a small box, and inside that come about maybe 8 or 9 of these little, they're almost like Hershey Kiss size, maybe a little bit bigger. They're just a soft, thin shell of chocolate on the outside with ice cream, vanilla ice cream in the middle is the sort of standard version. Pinot's, it's ubiquitous. It's everywhere. It's great to share with your friends, and it's just, definitely a legend.
Yeah, if it's party time, you got to bring a Pinot. It's great to share, and the box is designed to be shared. You pop it, you open it wide open from the front. Everybody can grab a Pinot very easily. They even have some boxes that mix up the flavors a little bit, but no doubt the classic vanilla encased in that thin, crispy chocolate shell. Hard to beat it.
Yep. All right, Matt, going on next. One of my favorites. We're talking about the Jumbo Monaka. Matt, what is Monaka, and what are we looking at here?
This is maybe my favorite, Mike. Monaka is a light, airy wafer that encases usually vanilla ice cream, but the vanilla ice cream sometimes is stuffed with like chocolate sauce, a chocolate bar. But it's that wafer. It's that crispy, airy wafer that is just outstanding. And I'm waiting for this one to become a global phenomenon as well, Mike, because there really isn't an equivalent to Monaka outside of Japan as I've seen it. So, no, waiting for this to blow up.
Yeah. No, Monaka definitely one of my favorites as well. I love it. It's big. You got this bar with the wafer on the outside, that ice cream on the inside, and then my favorite's the chocolate bar that sort of like goes through the middle. Monaka is one of my go-tos. I love it because I love ice cream cones, and it's almost like that, but like a soft version of that, wrapping it.
Yes.
Maybe like almost like a ice cream taco or something, but like a softer version of that. Oh yeah.
Also, unlike an ice cream sandwich where your fingers are no doubt gonna get stained with some of that chocolate soft cookie, Monaka, it's not that. So you can just hang on to that Monaka and chomp it down. You're gonna stay clean the whole time. So it's a fantastic product.
Oh yeah. All right, Matt. Going on next to now this is a legend here, Matt.
Yes.
What we're looking at is Gari Gari Kun. That's the name of the product. It's a bar. It's a bar ice cream, but the ice cream is just ice. It's just flavored ice, and so it's really crunchy. Like they call it Gari Gari Kun because you bite in there, it crackles because it's basically just ice on a stick. But they have a bunch of different flavors. I think one of the classics is the soda flavored. Soda being like the like a light carbonated beverage, but like a Sprite almost, I guess. But I like Gari Gari Kun. It's not something I seek out, but I love it. It's a classic and it's always fun to have.
Yeah, I see Gari Gari Kun as almost like an emergency item when it's hot out. You go there, if it's hot, you just want a block of ice on a stick that's been lightly sweetened. And you just suck that boy down, bring the body temp 3-4 degrees. You're good for the next 15-20 minutes until you got to go back to the Conbini and pick up another Gari Gari Kun. So, great simple item, a classic.
Yeah, and I will say, we often talk about how many types of karage kun there are. Gari Gari kun also has. I mean, it's got to be in the hundreds or thousands.
It's got to be, yeah.
All right, Matt. Hey. Now we're talking. Matt, we're looking at the giant cone. What is the giant cone?
Well, everybody knows the giant cone because this exists all over the place. It's a cone. Yeah. Vanilla ice cream. Layer of chocolate on top, pile of nuts on that, and then it's got that secret pool of fudge sauce at the bottom of the cone that you always forget about until you get to it. Giant cone, this thing exists in all kinds of names across the world. This is like French fries. It's like Coca-Cola. Yeah. All humans like the giant cone.
Yeah, I actually last week we picked up our underrated items, and this is one of mine. So I don't have to say much else. I don't know. It was maybe thinking more and actually looking into things this week. Like calling this underrated maybe is a little bit sketchy because it's universally loved. It's one of the greats, and oh man, I love this. All right, Matt. Hey, going on to our friend Parm. So, what is Parm? This also exists throughout the world. This is a ice cream on a stick. It's vanilla ice cream, and then on the outside is just a thin layer of chocolate. So it's just basically a chocolate popsicle stick. I gotta be honest, like Parm, it's just so basic that I never really grab it because I like getting things that are a little bit more exciting, but people love it, and I have to agree. I mean, it's a staple.
Yeah, Parm. Who doesn't like vanilla ice cream on a stick encased in a hard chocolate shell? I mean, it's fantastic. I will say I would, if it's available, I'd rather a Magnum because Magnum does have richer ice cream and a more substantial outer shell. But parm, it does the job. You know, it's a nice product, definitely, and it's cheaper than a Magnum, so a little bit, you know, more available to the public out there.
Yeah. Yep. All right, Matt. Well, moving right along. Hey, we got one of the greats right here, Matt. We're talking Poppyco. And what is Poppyco? Poppyco is an ice cream. There are two of them. They come in a set to share with your friend. And what they are is they're ice cream, and they're in the shape of like small colas or like small bottles that are plastic. And basically what you do, you tear them apart, give one to your friend, then you pop open the top, you snap it open, and then you just suck that thing. You just push it and just suck that ice cream out of there. The most popular version, the classic, is the chocolate flavored Poppyco, but there are other flavors as well. Vanilla is popular as well. Matt, what do you think of Poppyco?
I do enjoy a Poppyco, Mike. I kind of lost you with share it with a friend. You know, I suck those boys down like a... You know, again, if it's hot out, you're going to pull that tag like it's a frag grenade, and you're just going to blast through those boys, sucking it down until your eyeballs fall out of your head. I do love the sucking that takes place with a Poppyco, because you want to get every last drop. You know, you're going to suck that thing until you got a hernia. You know what I mean? That's when you know you're done.
Yep. All right, Matt. Well, speaking of sucking until you get a hernia, we've come to Coolish. So what is Coolish? Coolish it's a bag of ice cream, ladies and gentlemen, with a little spigot for you to just suck it out. So Coolish, yeah, what else can I say? We've talked about like jelly in a pack, in a sack. We've talked about, there are various sack-themed items at the Conbini where you just suck things out. This is the ice cream version. And it's great, you know. Yeah, sorry. What do you think about Coolish?
All right, I'll admit I've never had a Coolish. I make a lot of Coolish jokes on Twitter as if I'm an expert on Coolish. I've actually never had one because I was a little skeptical of ice cream in a bag. But like you said, most good things come in a bag at the Conbini, and so it's a big regret of mine to never have had a Coolish. And again, you get the sucking. You got a nice nozzle. I will say the Coolish nozzle. That's one of the best looking nozzles. I mean, that thing looks like you could fill up a can of diesel with that thing. It's just it looks outstanding. And plus, since it's a pouch, you get a little help from your hand, giving a little squeeze there. You know, you can get every last bit out. Unlike a Poppyco, where you're doing, you know, your lungs are doing a lot of work to get that ice cream out. Yeah.
All right, Matt. Well, hey, we got one more guy to talk about here, and I'm just going to give you the floor. What are we looking at here?
This is the Haagen-Dazs Crispy Sando, Mike. And let me tell you something, everybody. There is no better ice cream product in the Conbini, maybe globally, than the Haagen-Dazs Crispy Sando, okay? Yep. Hey, I can't afford to stay at the Peninsula Hotel, okay? I can't afford to fly first class. I can't afford to launch myself into outer space like Jeff Bezos, but I can afford a Haagen-Dazs Crispy Sando. This is the most luxe item, I would say, at the Conbini.
Oh, yeah.
Out of this is luxe, baby. Yeah. You got the flaky, crispy wafer cookie embossed with the Haagen-Dazs logo. You got the Haagen-Dazs rich, creamy ice cream entombed inside a thick layer of usually like caramel or chocolate. It is just the best ice cream product out there, in my opinion.
Yeah. And like we were saying at the beginning of the show, there is that premium ice cream cooler at the back. This is where you're going to find this crispy sand. And like you said, this is when, you know, it's payday. This is when you can afford to buy this thing, you know. This thing's, I think it's like $4, you know, which is just crazy for the Conbini, but it's worth it. When you're feeling lucky, when you're feeling hot, that's when you get in there and you grab that crispy sand, and you'll never forget it. It really is the pinnacle of for me, the pinnacle of Conbini ice cream for sure.
100%.
All right, Matt. Well, hey, that sort of wraps up our sort of introducing the staples of Conbini ice cream. But there's so much more, and I wanted to give a quick shout out, Matt. So when we were, pulling together the data, the items for this for the podcast today, we came across one of the great legends, up there with the Super Salary Man, a new legend in the pantheon of Conbini greats. Matt, who were we talking about? We're talking about Iceman Fukudome and his website, Conbini Ice, aka Conbini Ice Mania. And that is the website dedicated just to convenience store ice cream. Matt, right now, last I looked, he's sitting at around 2,400 reviews. That's 2,400 individual items. Iceman Fukudome, he's a ice cream critic. He's an ice cream expert. He has a YouTube channel. He has a Twitter account at Iceman_AX. And yeah, Matt, I'd say if anybody wants to learn more, like really in depth about Japanese ice cream at the Conbini, definitely check him out.
Yeah, Mike, I just had a look. You found this guy again. I agree, absolute legend here, doing the hard work. Mm-hmm. And also check out the Instagram page, because if you're ever feeling down, you just pull up the Iceman's Instagram, and boy, that'll make you happy. There are just some great shots. In fact, 7-Eleven, again, they have terrible photography on their website. They got to hire the Iceman for their ice cream photos. He's done some fantastic work. Also, he does a great job of breaking down the ice cream by category. You can look at it from a calorie perspective, from a brand perspective, from a Conbini perspective. A lot of ways he breaks this down. So this guy's doing a lot of hard work, and definitely check him out. Follow him on social, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Yep.
All right, Matt. Well, it almost feels bad to say goodbye, but we're gonna have to close out the ice cream segment. And just everybody, it's getting hot out there. Hey, there's nothing better than going to the Conbini, walking over to that open air cooler, saying what's new today, and then picking something out. So yeah, man, this is really fun looking at the ice cream at the Conbini. But I think we're gonna be moving on to the Chicky Wars.
Yeah, from the cold box to the hot box, Mike. Let's see what is in the Chicky Wars this week. Just one new item. This is out of Seiko Mart. We got the spicy grilled chicken. And, Mike, these are nuggets here. We got 4-piece grilled nuggets dusted with spicy seasoning. What's your take on this one out of Seiko Mart, Mike?
Well, I always love to see some new chicken from Seiko Mart. I gotta say, these look pretty good. That spice is looking pretty spicy as well. That is not sort of blended into the dough. This seems to be added after these are grilled. It looks great. I'd love to have it, and especially in the winter, pair it with some ice cream. Eat that spicy chicken first, finish it up with a cold ice cream. That's how I do it.
Yeah, I gotta disagree here, Mike. The thought of a grilled chicken nugget, and these don't really have any clear shape. They're sort of balls. And then the spicy seasoning, it definitely looks thorough. But the photo of this, we've talked about how some Conbini items look like they belong in sort of a PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 video game. This looks closer to that than actual food. So I don't know if... I just can't... A grilled chicken nugget. I don't know. That just doesn't sound appetizing to me. And I don't know how you can get a consistent grill on it if they're balls. They're not flat. These are balls. Chicken balls.
Right. Well, fair enough. I hear you there.
All right. Well, that's the Chicky Wars, Mike. Just one new Chicky out this week. And now it's time to go on to the new item scoreboard. Here's the count this week, Mike. Family Mart, 51 new items. Lawson, 35. 7-Eleven, 95. Mini Stop, 26. Daily Yamazaki, 6. Seiko Mart, 7. New Days, 16. Poplar, we have expelled from the new item scoreboard. What's your take on the numbers this week, Mike?
Matt, I gotta say it feels a little bit lonely. I wasn't expecting to feel this way, but we're down to 7. It just makes me think in the future. We got Seiko Mart 7, Daily Yamazaki 6. Are we going to be losing more Conbinis as the years go forward? I hope not. I love the diversity that we have with all the different Conbinis. Just makes me think of Circle K. Matt.
Oh,
remember Circle K?
Ooh,
Remember Sunks?
You need to step away.
Yeah. But in terms of the numbers, seems pretty average for the most part. 7-Eleven a little bit lower than 100, but 95 right up there. Just seems pretty straightforward across the board.
All right, well, let's take a look at our winners and losers. This is where Mike and I pick out what we think is a great item and what we think is a not so great item. We'll start with you, Mike. Your loser for the week.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep.
It's pretty good.
Matt. Oh, really? Okay.
So.
Well, can you zoom in a little bit there? So what we're looking at, ladies and gentlemen, this is protein soup.
The zoom in changed my mind.
Yeah. Protein soup. Let me describe what we're looking at here. This is it's called protein soup green curry. Yeah. So it's protein soup green curry. And the image, the sort of the cover of the soup has the half of it is like a muscular woman. She has a nice six-pack and seems she's been working out after eating some protein soup green curry. So Matt, I gotta be honest. There's a lot that I'm not really understanding here. This is from Asahi and this is from 7-Eleven. First off, have you ever had green curry soup, Matt?
I've had green curry. I don't know if I've had it as a soup.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Me too. When you eat curry, usually you want some rice.
Rice.
I don't.
Yeah.
Or naan or something. And they're saying there's 10 grams of protein in here. You can see there's a little spoon holding what's in there. I don't know what's in there. Looks to be some corn, little bits of chicken, maybe some bacon bits. I don't know, Matt. This is it's bizarre. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why not just make protein shake, or why not just get some green curry with rice as an item? What are they trying to do here? I understand them trying to go for healthy items, but this just seems suspicious and just is not for me.
As I think about this more, it doesn't make any sense because after a workout, you're hot, you're sweaty, and you're often hungry. And so you grab a shake so you can quickly consume a lot of calories.
Yeah.
But here, you're going to have to boil the water.
Yeah.
Pour it into the cup.
Yes.
And then you're going to, you're not going to chug a boiling hot cup of soup, green curry soup. You're just going to take little sips of it. So this doesn't make any sense for a post-workout meal. And also 10 grams of protein, that's kind of rinky-dink there. This lady here is shredded. There's no way she's taking down just 10 grams of protein. She's looking for 40 or 50 there.
Right. Why don't you just eat a salad chicken?
Exactly. All right. Well, okay, I came around. That does look really stupid. Okay, my loser for the week here, Mike. This is cold brew coffee out of 7-Eleven here, but okay, it's got a little twist here, Mike. This is lemonade flavor cold brew coffee. I have no idea how this got past frontline management. Who the hell wants to drink lemonade flavored cold brew coffee? This is just totally out of whack. I don't know where they're going with this. I don't know how this got approved. I want an audit of the management system at 7-Eleven's beverage division. This doesn't make any sense. Sour, sweet, I don't know what this is. But yeah, Mike, I can't imagine this is any good.
Matt, one of the great great bizarre items we've seen in recent memory. It made me think back to when we had Patrick St. Michel on and he was talking about, the shock factor it doesn't exist anymore. But, well, hey, UCC might be coming back with some shock factor. Matt, there's a lot going on with this. First off, like you said, just never heard of it. Coffee and lemonade, no. Then there's another bizarre little detail. Contains no fruit juice.
Oh, where's that? I missed that.
Yeah, at the bottom
there
left
it is.
it's Nikujaga. So, what do we got in there, ladies and gentlemen? Who knows? What's behind the curtain? Nobody knows. Wow. But I gotta say, I'm interested. I will give it that. I am interested in what this tastes like. I'm just, I can imagine, you get some coffee, you pour some lemon in there. That's not actually lemon, just some citric acid. And yeah, I don't know, Matt. Great pickup. This is a great king of a loser right here.
King of a loser is a good way to put it there, Mike. All right, let's turn the ship around and let's check out some winners. Your winner for this week, Mike, put it up on screen here. Oh boy,
hey,
I'm feeling cooler already.
Hey, buddy, yes you are.
Did we put the AC on here? Whoa, damn.
Whew. All right, man. Let me tell you what we're looking at here. Kodawari Sakaba lemon sour. So this is one that it's a popular lemon sour. Lemon sour, again, it's a carbonated sort of cocktail that includes usually shochu or vodka. And then lemon flavoring. It's great. I love it. And it's my sort of drink of choice these days. All right, Matt. Kodawari Sakaba lemon sour is not actually one that I really love because it's a little bit too sweet. But, Matt, as you can see, what we're looking at here, right in the nick of time, summer's coming. Matt, this is the Kodawari Sakaba lemon sour Shio lemon.
Oh, yeah.
Salt, lemon. And I can just imagine how this works. You got that overly sweet Kodawari Sakaba lemon sour hit with that salt lemon flavor to kind of knock out a little bit of that sweetness. And that's going to be amazing. This is 6% as well, which I like. Too much, things these days are way too high of percentages. And Matt, let's talk about this cover. Oh. There's that famous Hiroshige woodblock print of the Japanese waves, just crashing. And that's exactly what this looks like. It just blasts you. And you're just feeling cool already, like you said. So, Matt, this for me might be the drink of choice for summer. I'm going to have to get out and get it. I'm excited to see what it tastes like. But this is looking like a grand slam for me.
Grand slam. That's right, Mike. This flavor sounds outstanding. The salt lemon, how refreshing does that sound? And I gotta say, this is one of the great cans of all time here. The detail on this, they got it's like they have old fashioned papyrus paper just stuck onto that can, and then Hiroshige from the grave may have just painted this can here, Mike. That wave, I can almost feel it crashing on me.
Oh yeah.
But instead of cold seawater, it's salt lemon cocktail. And I will say, so canned cocktails have really blown up in America right now. And I was at a convenience store next to our office, really upscale one, kind of stupid. But anyway, I talked to the guy. Hey, canned cocktails blowing up. I've been drinking canned cocktails since '04, man. Now I was trying to give my credentials, and he said, yeah, they came from Japan. The idea came from Japan.
Oh.
And so it's confirmed. America's new love for canned cocktails has originated from the Japanese Conbini canned cocktail. So, hey, thank you again to Japan and the Conbini for popularizing a great one. But they got a long way to go before they're pumping out products like this, cans like this. I got to say, Mike, this is outstanding.
Yep.
All right, my winner for this week, Mike. This one comes out of Family Mart here, and this is a cream tapuri coffee jelly, Mike. okay, what are we looking at here? We're looking at kind of a lot, actually. So this is a big old cup. It's a big plastic cup. But what this is full of, we got coffee pudding on top here. And then below the coffee pudding, we have coffee jelly stuffed inside. And Mike, we talk a lot about jelly on the podcast. Coffee jelly used to really gross me out, but I got into it late in the game.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Mike. There's something about chomping on a bitter coffee cube of jelly, and this is riddled inside of. Actually, I don't know if that's a beverage or if that's pudding all throughout, but yeah, this thing, it's just got shards of jelly stuffed inside, and then it's topped with a whole bunch of whipped cream on top, dusted with some cocoa powder, I guess. But I gotta say, this would be a nice pick-me-up. You know, you're slowing down at the office, it's 4 o'clock, the AC's blasting, and you just need another boost. So yeah, let me grab my coffee jelly from Family Mart.
Man, this looks, we've almost had a theme today. We're talking about ice cream, talking about things that cool you down. Man, this just looks amazing. Oh, yeah. In the summertime, you grab one of these. Holy moly. I love it. You've got, that coffee jelly and the coffee pudding on the bottom there. And then on the top, it's almost like, you've got this, it's like a mountain sort of peeking its head out from the clouds,
Oh, yeah.
We got that whipped cream with some sprinkled chocolate on top. Man, Matt, I agree. I'm right there with you. I was a doubter of coffee jelly for a long time. And then just one day it clicked. It's just great. It's refreshing. It's almost like an iced coffee, but you eat it and it's sweet and tastes good. Matt, wow. Oh, what a pickup here. You grab that salt lemon chew high, and you grab this guy right here, Sub-Zero. Yep, Sub-Zero.
All right, so that takes care of the winners and losers for this week. Now it's on to my favorite segment each week. It's At the Gemba with Mike. The Gemba, of course, the place where the action happens. And Mike, you're in Japan where all the action is happening. What do you got for us this week?
Matt, this week was an interesting one. So I gotta say, Mai actually last Monday, just out of nowhere, she said it would be really fun if we went and bought new Conbini items and ate it for dinner. Wouldn't that be fun? And I just thought,
holy moly,
every once in a while you remember I love you so much. I picked a winner. This is my fated partner here. So yeah, she had this great idea. It was we talk about these Conbini items. It'd be great to have try to make a dinner every once in a while out of some of the new Conbini items. And so Matt, we said let's head off to Family Mart for our first trip. And Matt, we actually went and picked up a couple things that we've talked a lot about. But I don't think that we've actually had the chance to get yet. And that, Matt, is the Okaasan Shokudo.
Yeah.
And what the Okaasan Shokudo, Mom's Kitchen, it's basically, it's not pre-made things. It's pre-made in a sense, but it's basically, instead of heating it up at the Conbini, it's something that you take home and at least in a sense cook yourself. Mm-hmm. And so, we went and got some Okaasan Shokudo. So let me show you, Matt, what we picked up for our picks here. So we've got 4 items here. We've got a Nikujaga. Ooh. Nikujaga is like a Japanese soup sort of side item. It's potatoes and meat and carrots in a sort of sweet sauce. Then we've got ebi mayo sauce zoe. So this is shrimp with mayonnaise sauce. It's a pretty popular dish in Japan. Then we've got some macaroni salad. Hey, And then we also have the demi-glaze sauce Hamburg steak. The old classic right there. And Matt, so I'm showing, and people are watching YouTube. You can see right now we're looking at the external package. And Matt, I'm just going to show you what the sort of in like what it actually looks like, and boom, here we go. So
Wow.
surprisingly looking pretty good, right? I have to say that I'm just gonna give you the ratings and then let you give your thoughts. But basically, we thought the macaroni salad, that was a solid 4, really good. The Hamburg with the demi glaze sauce, also a 4. The ebi mayo, the shrimp and mayonnaise, that was a 3. And then unfortunately the Nikujaga, that was I thought it was a 1, but my gave it a 2. It was just way too sweet. But otherwise, we were really happy with what we picked up and thought it was great.
Yeah, Mike, this is really outstanding that you picked up some Okaasan Shokudo product. Again, Mom's Kitchen out of Family Mart. Really interesting innovation there to make people feel like they're cooking, but they're not. Yeah, I could see the Nikujaga. I feared you can definitely go too sweet on that. That's a big risk with the Nikujaga. I gotta say, those shrimps, they look like they're kind of in a bathtub of mayonnaise.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to actually make out the shrimp in there. There's so much. That pool of mayonnaise is I mean, if you were to ask me what's in there, there's no way you would be able to say there are shrimp in there. You can't really make out the form. I gotta say, I'm pretty excited that macaroni salad got a 4, but I will say, is that the whole portion there, or had you guys eaten half of it before you took the photo?
No, unfortunately that was the whole portion.
Because that's about 2 bites of macaroni salad right there. I think I can eat all of the noodles. I'm looking at about, 32 noodles of macaroni salad there. So a bit of I think that could be a little bit of a sham there. But then, okay, anytime we're talking demi-glaze sauce here, ladies and gentlemen, okay, this is how I want to go in life. When they're putting me in the ground, I just want to get a final basting on my body of some demi-glaze sauce. And that's how I want it all to end, because that is the best stuff. Still, nobody knows what it is.
Nope.
Japanese demi-glaze sauce. We know what it is in France. It's some, rich stock from lamb bones and stuff. Nobody knows, though, what's going on with the demi-glaze in Japan. With that Hamburg, was it juicy, Mike? Because that's the key there. Was it juicy?
It was juicy enough. It was juicy enough. Yeah.
And it does look, they give you a nice, that's a nice... Another little kiddie pool there of the demi-glaze sauce. They give you a nice portion there. So, wow, this is great work. And, wow, even more exciting than that, the idea was from my mind. So let's go to the Conbini, make dinner out of new items. Wow. Wow, Mike. That's, you picked a winner. Holy moly.
I was lucky. I spun the roulette of life, and things worked out, I gotta say. So, but yeah, we're gonna try to do this for the other Conbinis that are around us, which are Lawson and 7-Eleven. So, hopefully next week we can do something similar.
Awesome. All right, Mike. Well, that wraps up another podcast here. So thanks everybody for listening. We want to give a shout out to everybody who's given us a chickie. That's Anonymous, Jeff Bailey, Crew of Japan. But Mike, a very special shout out to Carrie G. St. Michel. This is actually Patrick St. Michel's mom, who bought us 20 chickies worth $100. We do fear she was trying to just give us $20, so we're gonna reach out if she accidentally gave us way too much. But if so, we can figure out a refund on Stripe, however that works. But just thank you so much for all of the support. And wow, just more exciting that, moms are listening, which is great.
Yeah.
Moms who have never been to the Conbini, which is even better.
Yeah, Carrie, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And we hope to keep, providing interesting content that, will make everybody happy. So, no, really, thank you so much.
All right, so please share the podcast, rate the podcast, check us out on YouTube and subscribe to see everything we're talking about. We're really active on Twitter, so check us out there. Also Facebook and Instagram. And then if you have a Conbini memory, Conbini composition, leave it on anchor.fm/Conbini Boys. We'll play it on the podcast. Thanks again, everybody, for listening. And Mike, hey, I'll see ya at the Conbini.
See you at the Conbini, Matt.